All right, final day. This is the day that decides everything. Our futures. Okay, so this time I remembered to actually make a PDF copy of the, where is it? Here. Let's check that I can write. Yep, we're good. So, pro tip, if you have a secured PDF file, like the ones these papers, if you get them from the exam website, they're secured. That means you can't write on them, you can't edit them, you can't annotate them. But if you literally go to print in your PDF software, and instead of printing to just save as PDF, then it just makes a copy of the PDF, and now that copy you can edit it freely. So the protection is completely pointless. I don't know what the protection's even for. Why wouldn't they want people writing on? That's what these papers are for. Okay, so let's begin. So as always, 8008 for candidate number 2. 3. I'm slowly getting better at writing with this tablet. Okay, so it's the same rules as last paper. It's a calculator paper. Oh, I found a calculator, but it's not scientific. But it does do square root of these, so there's some questions I'll be able to use this for, which will be faster than using Google. All right, let's put some relaxing sounds on. Okay. And start the timer. Off we go. All right, question 1. What does a... Hang on. I should record this as well, just in case... There we go. Just in case the Twitch malfunctions or something. All right. What does A union B represent in probability A union B? It means an event. It means the space of events that satisfy either A or B collection of events. So A or B or both. Circle the equation of the line that is parallel to y equals half x plus 3, so it's just the gradient is all that matters. It's just translated by some amount. Work out 320 as a percentage of 80, 400%. So some warm-up questions there. A fair coin is spun 4 times. Spun? Circle the probability of getting 4 heads. So 1 in 16. To the nearest 1,000, there are 18,000 people at the festival. Write down the minimum possible number of people at the festival. 17,500. Maximum possible? 18,499. ABCD represents the plan of a field. There's a path across the field that starts at B, is the same distance from BA, BC. Using ruler and compasses, show the position of the path. Well, I don't have ruler and compasses, so I'm gonna just like that, I guess. Just indicate that that is the same as that. Okay. Pretend I used ruler and compass for that. Use Pythagoras' theorem to work out the value of x. So x equals the square root of 32 squared plus 60 squared equals the square root of, get my mini calculator out. So we got 32. It doesn't have a squared. It has a square root, but it doesn't have squared. Okay, times 32 plus. Hang on. Okay, it still took me a while to type that in. So it's the square root of 5120 equals 71.55. 71.55 centimeters. I like that the subtitles are actually putting the numbers in and the square root symbol. Alright, Chris visits a library. He cycles to the library in half an hour at a speed of 12 miles per hour. He stays at the library for 1 hour. He then cycles home. The sketch graph represents his visit. So that's his displacement versus time. Work out the speed in miles per hour at which Chris cycles home. What? Okay, fine. So it's D. This is 0.5 hours. This is 45 minutes, so 0.75 hours. So first we want to find D. So D equals his speed. Speed times time equals 12 miles per hour times 0.5 hours equals 6 miles. Why are they using miles? Alright. So then let's say S1. S2 equals distance divided by time. So D over T2 equals 6 over 0.75. Oh, I don't need a calculator for this. Of course it's 8. Equals 8. Does that sound about right, looking at these graphs? So it's the gradient, basically. So if the gradient of the first one's 6... No, it's not the gradient. No, it is the gradient. Sorry, speed is 12 to begin with, and then it's 8. So it's a bit flatter. Yeah, that's correct. These two triangles are similar. Work out the value of A. Okay, so basically it goes down by a factor of 16 over 20 equals 4 over 5. So it's a scaling factor of 4 over 5. Okay, so A equals 4 over 5 multiplied by 12 equals 48 over 5, which is 9.6. Expand and simplify. All right, so we got 8c plus 12 minus 5c plus 1 equals 3c plus 13. No, what? Is that right? 8c plus 12 minus 5c plus 1. 3c plus 13. Yeah, it doesn't simplify any more than that. So that's it. 3c plus 13. Simplify fully. Seems fine to me. A spinner can land on red, green, or red, blue, or green. After 350 spins, relative frequency of red. So number red equals 0.18 times, I don't really know what, okay, relative frequency means just as a percentage pretty much, or as a fraction. 0.18 times 350 equals 63. Alternatively, you could add these fractions together and just use the remainder, whatever. Number blue equals 0.62 times 350 equals 217. So number G equals 350 minus 63 plus 217 equals 70. "26 houses. A, B, and C are all different numbers. The median number of bedrooms is 3.5. Work out a possible set of values for A, B, and C." Interesting. So what this is telling us, so when you take the median to be 3.5, that means 3 and 4 were tied. The 1 to 3 and 4 to 5 were tied. Yes, because otherwise you would have taken you wouldn't have taken a fraction. You would have taken the number in which the median lies. So that's telling us that 7 plus A plus B equals 8 plus C. So for example, e.g., A equals 1, B equals 1, C equals 1, does that work? So if that were 1, 1, 1, then what would the median be? So you'd have 8 up there, you'd have 8 down there, and then because you got 1 in 3 and 1 in 4, you take the median to be 3.5. Yeah. But they just want you to give one value, so that works. Simplify 25A times, okay. So, cancel, okay, let's not write on that. 25A over 8 times 2A over 5. So 5, cancel 5, cancel the 2's, equals 5A squared over 4. Single function in its simplest form, okay? 5A squared over 4. Sophia is trying to simplify 6c plus 10 over 2. The method is divide 6c by 2 and then add 10. Well, it's one of those things that's just wrong, and it's hard to say why it's wrong, because it's just wrong. You don't do that. The 10 is part of the numerator, so 10 should be divided by 2 as well. Answer equals 3c plus 5. Rectangle is like third 60 and width 40. Must show calculations. Okay, so length decreases by 15%. What did she say? The perimeter decreases by 25% plus 15% plus 10% is 25%. Okay, that's so wrong. The perimeter actually decreases by something in between 10 and 15. And I can't even say why her argument's wrong. It's just pulled out of a hat. So let's just calculate the actual decrease. So perimeter equals 2 times 60 plus 2 times 40 equals 200. New length equals 0.85 times 60. New width equals 0.9 times 40 equals 36. 0.85 to 1. New P equals 2 times 51 plus 36 equals 2 2 times 87, which is 174. Decrease equals 26 out of 200, because 0.13. Okay. So, sure is wrong. Decrease is actually 13%. Solve 4 is greater than 11 minus x over 3. Solving inequalities. Gotta be careful here. So we're allowed to multiply by 3. So we can say 12 is greater than 33 minus x. That's allowed. We can subtract the so we are allowed to move the x over, as long as we don't flip the equality. So it's x is greater than 21. Is that it? Yeah, it is. The only thing you can't do is multiply by a negative constant. If you do, then you have to swap the inequality sign. The number of goals scored by 20 players in the season is shown. Work out an estimate of the mean number of goals per player. Give your answer as a decimal. Midpoint. What's the... Okay, so what's midpoint of 0 to 4? 2. Seven. 12. I see. What? Okay, I don't really remember this approach, but yeah, okay, it makes sense. So we can just assume they scored 2 goals instead of 0 to 4. Same for 7 and 12. And so now we can say that many goals were scored altogether. What's that? So that's 89, 119, 125. So So 125 goals altogether across the players divided by number of players, 20, equals about 6.25. Is that in line with these numbers? Yeah, it's about the middle, but a little bit towards the lower end because there were more 0 to 4s. That sounds right. Right, I'm finding this paper a lot easier than yesterday. I'm pretty sure I got everything right so far as well. Here are two rectangles. The area of the shaded rectangle is a quarter the area of the large rectangle. Work out the value of x. Nice problem. Right. Area of large equals 12x plus 2. Let's just expand that. It'll be more useful later on. Area of the small equals 2 times 12 minus x. So 12x plus 24 equals 4 times 24 minus 2x. Can cancel out the 4. So 3x plus 6 equals 24 minus 2x. So 5x equals 18. X equals 18 over 5. And the units, don't forget the units. Technically x itself is unitless because they happen to mention the centimeters. So x doesn't have a unit on its own. Well, I'll just put it in case for some reason they demand it, but you don't need it. The pressure in a tire is 30 pounds per square inch. Pounds? Inches? What are these units? Convert the pressure into kilograms per square centimeter. Yeah, that's more like it. Well, square centimeter? Square centimeter's a bit weird. Alright, the pressure in a tire is 30 pounds per square inch. Convert the pressure into kilograms per square centimeter. That's fine. 30 pounds per squared is 0.45 times 30 kg per inch squared. Is that a nice number? Probably. $13.5. One inch squared equals to is 2.54 cm squared. Because you can think about it, you have a square in. You just convert each side to 2.54 and then get and then square. No. Yeah, like this. Like that. So if you're doing per inch squared, and you're going to divide by... To get an inch to centimeters, you multiply by 2.54. If we're dividing by inches, then we're dividing by 2.54. So we do 13.5 divided by 2.54 squared kg centimeters squared. I would rather say to the -2, but this one I need to use Google to type it out. 13.5 divided by 2.54 squared. 13.5 divided by 2.54 squared. 2.09. Just put another couple of digits just to show that we did something. All right. Was that right? Yeah. Centimeter squared is weird, though I would prefer millimeters or meters. Sketch shows the lines x equals 1 and y equals -3. Which pair of inequalities describes the shaded region? So x is less than 1. Dotted line normally means strictly, but they're not testing that here. So it's more than... Okay. X is less than 1 and y is more than -3. Easy enough. Amari and Ben each play a game. Here's some information about Amari's scores. Lowest 12, highest 20, lower quartile 13, upper quartile 19, median 17. Draw a box plot to represent his scores. Is a box plot the same as a box and whisker plot? I guess it must be. So do they want whiskers? Another thing which seems conceptually useful when you learn it in school, but I've never seen anyone use a box and whisker plot in real business statistics. Oh, okay. So this gives us a clue how to do it. All right. So I believe you take the lowest, and that's where the first whisker goes. The lowest is 12. So we do first whisker. And the highest is 20, the upper whisker. Why did they change the name from box and whisker to box? I liked box and whisker. And now you show the lower quartile, which is 13. Upper quartile, which is 19. And then the median, 17. So it gives you an idea for the skewness. A graph would look more like that. Skew to the right. This box plot represents Ben's scores. Who had more consistent scores, Amari or Ben? Work out the interquartile ranges. Okay. Interrange Amari equals 19 minus 13. Ben equals 15 minus 12 equals 3. So it seems Ben had a tighter, more consistent. spread. I mean, 50% of his. Okay, let's try and express that. So Ben was more. I mean, this is subjective, but as long as you support your answer, you probably get the marks. So Ben was more consistent. The lower interquartile range shows he had a lower spread on average. Even though the tail ends are higher, even though he actually got, no, not 12 to 20, 11 to 20, so it's not much different. But the interquartile range is lower. A and B are points on a circle. PA and PB are tangents. Work out the size of angle APB. Well, this is just a rule, isn't it? That this is going to be 71. It has to be. So A, B, P equals 71. Well, why? Because tangents form isosceles triangle. I'm just saying that's a rule. Probably is. They must be. Okay. Therefore, APB equals 180 minus 2 times 71. Sum of angles in triangle equals 180 minus 142, 38. Okay. C, D, and E are points on a different circle. Is X the center of the circle? Tick a box, yes or no. Ew. Is X the center of the circle? Is X defined? Can we actually get X's value from this, or could there be a range of values? If it was the center, what could we gather from that? If it was, then this would be the same as that. I don't know. If it was, then this would also be the same as well. Oh, I vaguely remember a really obscure rule. Where did the music stop? Okay, I think I know what you do here. Never thought I'd see this rule again. Alright, so if it was, seems to be okay now. Alright then, let's get back into it. Minor interruption. Let's pretend there was a fire alarm was pulled in the exam hall. That probably happened once or twice when I was a kid. And they had to separate all the students so that they didn't tell each other the answers. What's happened to life split? It'll probably fix itself. Actually, I remember when I was a kid taking an exam, there was a helicopter just outside the school chasing someone who was on the school grounds, a vandalist who was vandalizing the town and then tried to hide in the school area. And because it's a school area, they have to send the big guns out to catch him. So then there was a helicopter chasing him. The police were shouting through the speaker, telling him to stop running. And we were just there trying to do our exam with all this chase going on outside our window. All right. So there we go. All right. So I just remembered a rule which I've never seen come up in my life, but here it is. So I think that if x is center, cxd equals 360 minus 204 equals 156. Okay. And then by circle theorem that I don't remember, and we don't even need to assume x is the center. Don't need to make assumptions. By circle theorem should be 2 times 78 equals 156. Indeed it is. Therefore x must be center. So the rule I'm referring to is that when x is the center, an angle, and you draw a triangle like this, the angle at E is half of the angle at X. It's such an obscure rule, but apparently it's true, and it's probably easy to prove as well, but you have to do some trigonometry or something. But what is the name of the rule? Do they want us to name the rule? but just tick yes. Okay. Visitors to a museum buy a child ticket or an adult ticket. Group X, 250 visitors, including 120 children. Y, number of children, number of adults, 70 to 15. One visitor from each group is picked at random. Is this statement correct? Probability of picking 2 children is greater than probability of picking 2 adults. Okay. X, probability of child equals 120 out of 250. Probability of adult equals 130 to 250. Y, probability of child equals 17 out of 32. So you add, that's using the ratio. Probability of adult equals 15 out of 32. So overall, probability of 2 children equals 12, just simplify it, 12 out of 25 times 15, 32. Wait, this isn't right. 160, not 180. Let's multiply that back up to 6, so it's false. Don't put the exclamation mark, we're not that excited. Alright, false, because the probability of 2 children is 36 out of 160, and the probability of 2 adults is 39 out of 160. JKL. M is the midpoint of JK. JN to J to NL is 3 to 2. Okay. So that immediately tells us this is 6B. KL equals 7A. So these are vectors. This is 7A and NL 4B. Okay. Work out JM in terms of A and B. So we can work out JK equals 6B plus 4B minus 7A. So JM equals half of jk equals 5b minus 7 over 2a. That's it. Seven over 2a. I mean, the numbers work out pretty nicely there, don't they? A and B are points on a curve. A is 2, 7. What kind of curve is that? B equals 12, 0. Work out the instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x at point A. What? Is that differentiation? But we didn't do that until A level. Well, no, it's like from first principles, isn't it? So, anyway, you don't know the formula, so why do we care about B? We don't, probably. Right, instantaneous rate of change, so I'm guessing they just mean the gradient. So it's like this. So it's like alright, so if I were to do something like that, it would be 1.2 3, so that'll be 1.8 difference. Delta x is 1.8, and here we've got 6, and there we've got 8.4, so 2.4. So it would be delta y divided by delta x equals 2.4 divided by 1.4 divided by 1.8. So is this what they want? 2.4 divided by 1.8 equals 1.33. Yeah, they just want the gradient, basically. Okay, the average rate of change of y with respect to x between points in A and B is worked out. Which statement is correct? It's positive, it's 0, it's negative. Cannot tell if it's positive or negative. So it's positive here, 0, negative. I mean, is this a symmetric curve? I would say it's overall negative. You cannot tell if it's positive or negative. Well, technically, you can't. But you sort of can. it sort of seems clear that there's a lot more. Oh, hello, official DNM. Sorry, I didn't see your message pop up. Is this foundation? No, it should be higher. Let me check. If it's foundation, I've picked the wrong exam and this whole stream was wasted. No, it's higher tier. Thank goodness. Because the first two papers I did were the first two hires. Where was I? Here. Let me bring up the chat window again. That disappeared for some reason. What's going on? Okay, let's close it down, open it up again. All right, there we go. All right, so I think overall it's negative, but then again, you can't actually tell technically, but I think the diagram is reliable enough that you can say there is a lot more negative than there is positive. So I would comfortably say that's negative. Average rate of change is negative. I might get that one wrong. Okay, the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals 9. Work out the diameter. So r squared is 9. The radius squared is 9. That's the equation of a circle. So r is 3. So diameter is 6. Alright, prove algebraically that... Oh, it's... occurrences, alright. How do you do these again? Alright, so... Excuse me. Maybe a better way of doing this would be 3.47 ... equals 3.4 plus 0.07. That seems clear enough. And that equals 3.4 plus 0.7 over 10. Right, we know 0.7 equals 7/9. Shall I quickly prove that? Do they want us to prove it? Maybe. How do you do that? Let's say x equals 0.7. Well, just write it out like this. 10x equals 7.77. So 9x equals 7. So x equals 7/9. Okay, so therefore it's 3.4. So what's 3.4 is 34 over 10, and we've also got plus 7 out of 90. Equals 34 times 9 plus 7 over 90 equals hopefully 313. It's 34 times 9. (306) 7313. Yeah. I don't remember having to prove those things at GCSE level. Is this new on the syllabus? It would be A level probably, but seems like at the harder end. This is actual proofs. We didn't really write actual proofs until A level, I think. The equation of a curve is y equals x minus 1 squared minus 6. Circle the coordinates of the turning point. I don't remember how these work again. So it's translations, isn't it? So y equals x squared is that. So y equals x minus 1 squared would be this. 1, 0. Minus 6, you'd move it down. So 1 minus 6. Okay, that. Otherwise you could use a calculus. Okay. Line A has equation y equals 4x minus 1. Line B is perpendicular to line A and passes... Okay. So, line B, the equation will be y equals minus a quarter x plus c, because it's the perpendicular gradient. Passes through the point 8, 5. So using the information of 8, 5, we say 5 equals minus 8 over 4 c. So c equals 5 plus 2 equals 7. So therefore y equals minus a quarter x plus 7. Oh, but we don't want the equation. Okay, work out the coordinates of the point where line B intersects the x-axis. So now we want to solve this for when y equals 0. Quarter x equals 7, so x equals 28. Four marks. Well, that looks like 4 marks worth. I wonder if you're allowed to do a scale diagram. Probably not. Not that alone. A shape is made by joining triangle ABC to a semicircle with diameter AC. Work out the total area of the shape. 5 marks. Oh, okay. So we need the cosine rule. To find AC, do we? Yeah. I don't remember. What is it? Cosine rule. So a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Is that it? But not with the right letters. This is actually in the formula book, so I'm allowed to look this up. I think that's it though. But I'm allowed to look up the cosine rule. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos C. I get it. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's just different letters. All right. So in our scenario, that means AC squared equals 8 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 8 times 10 times cos 114. So AC squared equals 164 minus 160 cos 114. So yeah, okay. So the area of circle is pi r squared equals pi times, oh no, okay. Alright, you know what? Let's just calculate this so we don't have to. Alright, so 164 minus 160 cosine 114. $164 minus 160. $229.08. 229.08. Does that look right? Oh, we want to square root it. Damn it. Even Google isn't ideal sometimes. I don't have a scientific calculator anymore. My days of using scientific calculators are over. 15.14. Let's go with that. AC is 15 point, what was it? 14. Because pi times 15.14 over 2 squared equals, and all of that divided by 2, area of semicircle equals half pi r squared equals half of that. So 15.14 over 2, so 15.14 over 2 squared and multiplied by pi. $90.01. $90.01 cm squared, almost 90. Okay, that gets us this. How do you find the area of a triangle again? You use half AB sine C? No, that's half AB. This is probably in the formula book, we'll check it. I think it's half AB sine C. GCSE maths formula sheet. Alright, let's have a look at this. Half AB sine C. Okay. Area of triangle equals half AB sine C equals half times 8 times 10 sine 114 equals sine 114. So 0.5 times 8 times 10 times sine 114. Specify degrees because Google uses radians by default. 36.54. 36.54. Or total equals 90.01 plus 36.54 equals 90. What equals 126.55. Round up to 6. Does that look right? 26. 8 times 10 is 80, so it should be a bit more than 80 if that were like if I stretched AB over a bit, made a rectangle, that would be 80. Bit more. Yeah, seems right. Okay, I've got 20 minutes left. I think I'm almost finished. F of x equals half x, g of x equals x minus x squared. So inverse f of x equals g of f of x? Interesting. I don't remember stuff like this. Fine. So inverse f of x equals 2x, right? It's just, you're going to halve it. The inverse is to multiply by 2. G f of x equals half x minus half x squared equals half x minus a quarter x squared. Okay, so that gives us 2x equals half x minus a quarter x squared multiplied by 4. 8x equals 2x minus x squared, so x squared plus 6x equals 0. So x times x plus 6 equals 0. So x equals 0 or x equals minus 6. So let's check that those work. So 0. Inverse f is 0. F maps 0 to 0, so 0 will get inverse map to 0. So we're 0 on the left hand side. G of f of x. So 0 maps to 0 in f of x. So it'll be 0 minus 0 squared, 0. Okay, that's straightforward. Minus 6. So minus 6. So inverse f of x will be minus 12. Minus 12 on the left hand side. On the right hand side we'll get minus 6. We get minus 3 minus 3 minus 9 minus 12. Yep, okay. Oh. X equals 0 or minus 6. We're done. I'm pretty confident, so no, let's go through. We should check our answers. Let's do this how we would if our life depended on this, which it does. If we don't pass maths, we're never going to get a STEM job. Right, let's go through these rapidly. These ones I'm pretty happy with. You'll be both. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Round to the nearest 1,000, minimum 7,500, 17,500. Yep. 99. That uses ruler and compass. I think that's good enough. Yep. Should double check that calculation. So we want square root of 32 squared plus 60 squared. $68? Okay, I got this wrong. It's because I was trying to use the calculator, which couldn't even do squaring. So it's actually 60. So let's just put some extra intermediate steps. So 32 squared plus 60 squared. 4624. Why did I get 5120? 4624. Alright, saved yourself a mark there. Probably 2 marks. Depends how they... No, that's wrong. Can't be 60. How can it be 60? What am I doing? Hang on. Am I just typing it into Google wrong? $68. What did I say earlier? 68 or 60? Oh, okay, good thing I caught that just there. Does that look right? 32, 60. So it's going to be a bit more than the lower one, 68. Feels like it should be more than 68 from the diagram. But then that 32 seems a bit big, so it's not really very good to scale. Okay, Chris visits the library. He cycles to the library in half an hour at a speed of 12. So the distance to the library is speed times time, so 12 times half an hour, which is 6 miles. Then his speed on the way home would be distance divided by time, which would be 6 miles divided by 0.75 hours, yeah, equals 8. Work out the value of A. So it's a ratio, so the scaling factor is 16 over 20, or 4/5. So 12 multiplied by 4/5, 58 over 5, it's 9 and 3/5, 9.6, yep. 8c plus 12 minus 5c plus 1, 3c plus 13. Okay, red, let's check these numbers. 350, so 0.18 times 350, 63, 0.62 times 350 equals 217. Okay, so 280, 70. All right, work out a possible set of values for A, B, and C. So 111 is what I said. Would that work? So you got 8 that are 1 or 2. You got 8 which are 5. Yeah. So the middle value, well, there's one guy who's got 3 and one guy who's got 4. So you take the average, which is 3.5. Okay. Simplify. Yep. 10 didn't divide by 10 by 2. Yep, that's fine. Let's check this calculation. So the new length is 0.85 times 60, 51, okay. 0.9 times 40, that's easy enough, 36. So the new perimeter will be 2 times 51 plus 36. So 174, yep. The decrease, so the 26 is the amount of decrease from 200. So 26 out of 200 is 13 out of 100, which is 0.13. So, yeah, and that makes sense. 25%, you don't add them together. The decrease will be somewhere between 15% and 10%. Okay, solve. 4 is greater than 11 minus x over 3. Let's multiply by 3 at 12 greater than 33 minus x. Move the x over there, move the 12 over there. 21, yeah, x greater than 21. So, 0, 1. So it's 2, 7, 12. And then multiply them, you get 12, 7, 36. Add them together. 113, 125. Divide by 20, 62.5. Divided by 10, 6.25. Ten minutes left. Here are 2 rectangles. Yeah, let's check this. So that's 2, that's 12 minus x. So area of large equals 12x plus 2, so 12x plus 24. Small is 2 times 12 minus x, which is 24 minus 2x. The large is 4 times the small. So you got 12x plus 24 equals 4 times 24 minus 2x. Divide both sides by 4. 3x plus 6 equals 24 minus 2x. 5x equals 18. X equals 18 over 5. Okay, so to convert to these units, these sensible units, away from these archaic Americanized units. Well, a lot of people in the UK do use these as well, but let's convert them to sensible European units. 30 pounds per square inch, so multiply by 0. Okay, so we start with 30, multiply by 0.45 to get kilograms, 13.5 kilograms. Then we divide by 2.54. .09, yeah. Does that number make sense? So I'm happy with 13.5 kilograms per inch squared. Now if you were to change to centimeter squared, so an inch squared is bigger than a centimeter squared. So it should... So if you're going to a smaller area, you're going down by a factor of quite a big factor because it's square. Yep, that's fine. Move on. Yep, happy with that. Happy with this one. Yep. Yep. Did I get this one right? Calculate this one right. So we got probability of a child is 120 out of 250. Adult 130 out of 250. Child and Y is 17 out of 32. And 15 out of 32. Okay. 2 children. It says 12 out of 25 times 15 out of 32. All the crossing out is confusing now. So I had 5. 12 times 3 is 36, and the bottom is 5 times 32, 160. Okay, 2 children is 36 out of 160. 2 adults, 13 times. Yeah. Okay. That's right. I'm happy with that. Okay. This one, I don't know if I'll get this mark. I would go with negative. In a real life purpose, I would say that's clearly negative. On average. Equation is 3 squared, diameter is 2 times 6, 3. 2 times 3, 6. Prove algebraically, happy with that. We've got 6 minutes left. Yep, this one I'm fine with. Alright, let's redo this calculation. So AC squared equals 8 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 8 times 10 plus 114. So 164 minus 160 cosine 114. So 164 minus 160 cosine 114. It's 229.008. 2.08. We want to square root that. We've got 15.14. Okay. So the area of the circle, so divide that by 2, 17.57, so it'll be 17.57 squared times pi over 2. 17.57 squared times pi divided by 2 is 48. Wait, this doesn't look right. 7.5. Oh, I added an extra 1 there. Multiplied everything by about 10. 90.01. Okay, so we've got 90.01. Area of triangle half AB sine C, half A 10 sine 114. So 40 sine 114. Something doesn't look right here. Hang on. 40 sine 114. 36.54. Oh, no, it was right. I don't remember using 40. I felt like I did it the opposite round. I did 160 or something. Let's add them together, you get 126.55, 126.6. Yep. Oh, don't know how much time. This is probably right. That's it. We checked our answer for this. What else can I check? This one. So it's perpendicular, so it's minus a quarter x plus c. Put in the value 5 equals minus 8 over 4 plus c. C equals 5 plus 2 equals 7. Y equals minus a quarter x plus 7. So quarter x equals 7, x equals 28. I think I might have gotten 4 marks in this paper, or I might have lost 1 mark for one of the stupid 1-mark questions, which I'm not sure about. So my prediction is I've lost 1 mark. If not that 1 mark, then maybe some other 1 mark. But I feel I'll be surprised if I lose more than 1 mark. So this might be my best of the 3 papers. Like, several of the questions will show that, so you can kind of be sure you got it right if you actually get. There we go. Pencils down, pens down. Pens down, because you have to use black ink or black ballpoint pen. All right, let's mark it. So I reckon 79 out of 80. I'm quite optimistic about this. Okay. Let's close live splits. All right, so we've got the marking paper. Okay, so A or B or both, correct. Half x, 400, 1/16. X, 100, 1/16. 17,500 to 18,499. 17,500 to 18,499, yep. ABCD represents a plan of a field. I mean, I had to do this by eye, didn't I? So what's this? No arc seen on BC. Well, that's because you're using a compass, aren't you? So I mean, if I was using a compass, if I had a compass, I would have done that. So I think it's only fair to give me the marks. But that line does look like mine. Oh. So I think I deserve the marks. If I had the means to use a ruler and compass, I could have done that. $68. Correct. So I got that wrong at first, but I checked my marking. checked my answer. I mean, 8 miles per hour. Yep. $9.6, correct. 3C plus 13. Yep. I mean, I was pretty happy with all these questions so far. Spinner. 70. A few different variations of the... Yep. I said 111. No? $111 is not a correct answer? Why not? Am I misunderstanding what the table means? What was my reasoning? Number of houses. So I said if you do 111, then you've got 7, 8, 9 houses that have 3 or fewer bedrooms, and you've also got 9 houses that have 4 or more. So it's 9 and 9. So it's evenly split. So then you say take the median, which would be 3 and 4? Or do I just not understand what median means? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 9th, if you order all the houses, there's my mistake. I read it too quickly. The numbers have to sum to 26. That is a further restriction on what A, B, and C can be. So this is true, but I need another equation. A plus B plus C equals 11. How many marks do I get then? None? But what I did was sensible, but they only give you marks for... So what I said was A plus B, 7 plus A plus B has to be equal to A plus C. Is that true? For the median to be in between 3 and 4, we would need one guy from 3 and one guy from 4 to be in the middle. So 7 plus A plus B would have to be 13, and A plus C would have to be 13. Well, not necessarily, but they'd have... Oh, no, they don't have to be equal. Do they? Hang on. Whether or not that this is true, they don't have it here, so I don't get the marks. It seems A plus B. Yeah. I get... Wow, I lost 3 marks there. That's a lot. So, 3 marks lost so far. But is what I said even true? I can't. So if you were to put all the houses in a row, you'd have 7 ones. And then you'd have a bunch of 2s. A of them. I'm trying to use a mouse now, so it's going to look horrible. And then you'd have a bunch of 3s. B of them. And then you'd have a bunch of 4s. C of them. And then you'd have 8 5s. Okay. Now for the median to be between 3 and 4, we need this house here at the upper end of the B's and this house here at the lower end of the C's to be the 2 middles, right? So that means half the houses are to the left, half are to the right. So I would say, so we got 9 equals, hang on, 4 plus 7. That should be an, oh, my reasoning was correct, but that should be a 9, not an 8. You're saying 7 plus 8 plus B equals C plus 9? No, C plus 8. Why did I say 9? Sorry. Yeah. So I think what I said was correct. So I'm spending a long time on this question, but it's interesting. So does this equation hold for the values they have? 7 plus A plus B equals 8 plus C. So for example, they said 2, 4, and 5. So 7 plus A plus B is 13. 8 plus 5 is 13. 7 plus... Yeah, it is true. So what I wrote was true. And actually fairly smart to write down, I would argue. Because that helps you solve the equations, but... Damn it, you don't get any marks for that. Don't get any marks for being smart. You get marks for reading the question. Fair enough. Okay, so moving on. 5a squared over 4. Correct. It needs to divide 10 by 2. 3c plus 5. Correct. $14. %, and no. That's what I said. 13% and no. So that gets you the accuracy mark. And I'm pretty sure the rest is correct. It's all just going to be some variation of what I wrote. So x greater than 21. Okay, they separated that out. Oh, you get the extra mark for reducing it to a is x greater than 21. They don't want any of these other forms. Makes sense. Okay, 6.25. Yep. May be seen in table. Yeah, that's what I did. 17. (24 minus 2x). Wait, which one are we on? 17, the rectangle. 3.6 or 18 over 5. Yep. Trial and improvement. You get 4 marks for using trial and improvement. I wouldn't award trial and improvement. Trial and improvement won't tell you what the exact answer is, and what I did does give you the exact answer. It's 18/5. And it's missing the point of the question. So I suppose you get all 4 marks for using trial and improvement. Ish. Whatever. I think trial and improvement will be just proving that you don't understand algebra. .09. Yep. X less than 1, y greater than -3, yep. Yep. Ben and his box are smaller. So is it yes or no? So who had more consistent scores, Amari or Ben? I would say Ben. Ben, yeah. It has to be Ben. You can't argue it's Amari, apparently. And I agree with that. Amari clearly was less consistent. Except for the fact that she had a larger range, but only by 1. No, she didn't have a larger range. Sorry, she had a smaller range, which could be argued is a measure of consistency, but Ben's interquartile range was more important. So, yeah. But, I mean, range is a valued measure of consistency as well, so I feel like you could argue it's Amari, but it doesn't matter. 38 degrees. Yep. Is X the center? Yes, is what I said. It would be yes. Double angle CED. Yeah, that's what I said. Right. So that's a really weird rule. It's just a rule. It should be double the angle at the center equals double the angle at the circumference. I'm surprised I even remembered it. So I said false for this. Oh wait, the answer is yes? I did something wrong here. So let's go through these. So I did 120 over 250, 130 over 250, 17 over 32, 15 over 32. So that's 1 mark. I got that. Next mark. 51 over 200. One over 200. What did... Oh. Why did I multiply by 15 instead of 17? So that there should have been a 17. So I didn't get Mark 2. That also means I didn't get the accuracy, but I did get Mark 3 because I got 39 over 160. So I lost 2 marks. One for not getting the second M1 and just 1 just because I didn't get the final answer correct. Damn it. So I've lost 5 marks already. That's already not looking great. So overall, I'm actually disappointed, but at least I'm still on track to getting a top grade, I think. But I just, since maths is my strong point, I shouldn't settle for anything less than 100%, really. Like this. All right. So we said 5b minus 7 over 2a. 5b minus 7 over 2a, yep. Alright, I might have made a mistake here. So 1.33 draws a tangent at 2,7. I did that. Gradient at 2,7. Their gradient. So whatever gradient I got is fine. Alright, I'm giving myself the mark then. They don't even say what the correct gradient should roughly be within a range. Which they should, because to some degree you can get pretty accurate if you just draw it properly. So they should have a range. Like what if I just draw a triangle, really wonky triangle? Okay, fine, I get the marks. 24b, it is negative, thank goodness. Yeah. When in doubt, when you don't know whether they're going to be strict on certain things or not, I would just answer it how I would in real high-level mathematics, high research level mathematics, and in that, I would definitely say it's negative. Even though you technically can't tell because you don't know how curvy this left side is. But it's clear enough. Alright, 6. Prove algebraically. Man, there's so many different... Ah, here we are. This is what I did. 3.4 plus 0.7 over 9. Yeah. Yeah. One minus 6. Yep. $28, 0. Yep. Ooh, 126.6. Did I get this one? I was just out. But was this just because of my calculating, rounding off? Oh, I was just like 0.03 out, or less than that even, 0.028 out. Oh, come on. Oh no, but you still... Oh no, but it's positive marking scheme. So as long as they've written the correct answer at some point, and I did, it was here. But I rounded it. But here is within the bounds they're asking. And they didn't actually specify how many decimal places. But that being said, as long as you've got the answer written, and I did, that is within those bounds. 126.55 is just less than 126.572. So I did get the answer. And then the rest, yeah, that looks like what I wrote. So if I'm understanding the marking scheme correctly, that is correct. Because it was clear that I just rounded it for convenience here, but the right answer is sitting right here. $30. Zero or minus 6? 0 minus 6. Yep. So that's it. So overall I lost 5 marks. And in a couple of places I might have been on the generous side, but that was my honest attempt to mark it as I thought the markers would actually mark it. But either way, so my overall mark is 75. Which is a good mark. It's just anything less than 80 I'm kind of disappointed in myself with, but that's the attitude you should have. Let's bring up the spreadsheet. So I finally got A grade for one subject. So altogether for maths, the first paper I got 78. Let me check these. So first paper I got 78. Then I got 73. And then I got 75. 78 plus 73 plus 75. 226 out of 240 is what I got. Should probably update the spreadsheet with that. So I got 226. And 226 out of 240 is 94%. I'm pretty sure that's top grade. The top grade is actually quite generous. It's like 85% or something. Let's look this up. GCSE. What is the mark boundary for grade 9? What percentage gets a grade 9? No, that's how many people get a grade 9. I don't care how many people get grade 9. Here we go. $192, at least in 2021, 192 was the top grade boundary. And I got 226, so that's definitely, without a doubt, a 9, I guess. All right. There we go. That's maths done. What should I do next time? I'll probably give it a few days before I tackle the next paper. I'm tempted to go with computer science because let's start with my absolute specialty, so that's maths. Then my next specialty, I would go with computer science probably. Then probably statistics, then physics, then biology, then electronics, then geography, then chemistry. That's in order of what I think I'm most familiar with to least familiar with. So next time I'll do computer science. And I'm predicting top grade, even though I don't even know what's in the syllabus. I'm just that confident. Alright, well, I hope that was interesting to watch. If anyone wants to try these papers themselves, I'll put the link to the papers in the YouTube video eventually. It was fun to do. I'm actually looking forward to the remaining papers, actually. Alright, well, thanks for watching.